My girlfriend just got shot on the freeway, getting off the freeway. I need y'all help.
He shot at us. He was still inside of his car. He was in a U-Haul truck.
Road rage. It's a nationwide problem that is getting worse every year, including here in the Natural State. And we're not talking about people who tailgate, yell obscenities, or honk their horns. Tonight, and only on Fox 16, we're talking about people who pull out guns and, in some cases, use them.
So 5 minutes ago, this happened, and you're not hurt. Nobody else was hurt.
No, we're not.
Okay, so do you recall where this happened now? The shooting happened?
What happened in downtown Little Rock on February 4th of last year is something Serenity Coleman and her boyfriend will never forget.
We were driving. The light was green. We were going through. Next thing you know, a car hits my car. And it hits it from the front, kind of, and then it kept driving. Parts of her brand new Ford Focus littered 6th and Main Street. I didn't get a chance to look at their license plate, so I followed behind them to be able to get it.
Then, just a few blocks later,
he shot at us. He was still inside of his car. He was in a U-Haul truck. The window was still rolled up, so when he shot, he broke his window. I still have a bullet in my car, and I have a grave at the top of my car from the bullet.
Reports of road rage involving a gun are on the rise across the nation. Between 2016 and 2019, an average of 22 people were shot and killed or wounded in road rage shootings each month. In 2020, that number jumped to 34. And in 2021, it jumped again to 44.
We've seen a dramatic increase.
Colonel Bill Bryant is the director of Arkansas State Police and says reported cases of road rage are the worst he's ever seen.
I monitor the radio every day from my office. I can hear the calls. You know, we get 1 or 2 a day road rages with weapons, but the ones that are actually shots were fired. It's alarming.
In 2021, Arkansas State Police worked 26 cases in which motorists were shot at. Of those, 5 were injured, 2 others killed. As of October 9th of this year, 30 cases of terroristic threats and aggravated assaults on drivers are now being investigated. And of those, 4 people suffered injuries.
911.
My girlfriend just got shot on the freeway, getting off the freeway. I need y'all help.
On September 8th of this year, 20-year-old Kenya Mitchell and her 2-year-old son were both shot while driving on Interstate 430 near Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. Her boyfriend was driving and immediately called 911.
Baby, stay up. Baby, please stay up. Open your eyes, man. Stop closing your eyes, girl. I'm closing your eyes.
Somebody get me in funny.
Both survived, but the person who pulled the trigger is still out there.
It's gotten to be a pretty common occurrence.
A common occurrence that Major Forrest Marks with ASP says can't be fixed overnight.
There's no real way to pinpoint what's causing this, is there?
I don't think there's one singular thing that you can put your finger on and say this is the causation of this problem.
Leaving motorists like Serenity. That had to have been a frightening experience.
Yeah, it really was.
To learn the hard way, a life-saving lesson, when and if she's ever caught in a similar situation down the road.
I guess now I know not to follow behind somebody to get their license plate. I did not think that would happen.
The state police is doing all it can to cut down on road rage. They're using low-profile vehicles that don't have that familiar white and blue markings so they can blend in with traffic and catch suspects faster. They've also purchased more than 24 black Chevy Tahoes, which allow them to see better into a car to try and prevent distracted driving. As for what you can do when and if you find yourself in a case of road rage, state police suggest the following. If it's an emergency, you should immediately call 911. Do not engage with the other driver. Instead, pull over to a well-lit public area. And if by chance it's not an emergency, you can always call Star ASP, which will put you directly in contact with their communication center. Bottom line here is be patient, stay calm, and whatever you do, do not engage, which for some drivers is easier said than done.